Marko, you actually have the same name as me. It's just because you're actually from Serbia, it's sometimes pronounced a bit different, Marko or Marcus. That's a nice coincidence. So we have an interesting story to tell. Actually, you have an interesting story to tell. You have been, as you call it, parachuting into our clinic. You just appeared on our doorstep literally and said, I'm in the plane. Can somebody pick me up from the airport? And I was like, oh my God, how are we going to fit him in? The clinic was bursting at the seams already. Every chair was full, literally. We managed in the end. So it's not a manual for others to do the same. It's just an interesting story. I wanted to know, how did you find us? Where did you get hold of the clinic? Did you hear it from other patients or?
Yeah, first of all, huge apologies for parachuting approach. This is not, as you said, the regular way to do it. People should do it differently, but this is how I decided to do it. And the truth is that you helped me with this, even in this situation. I mean, even in situation when you are doing non-regular way, let's say, you helped me, you supported me, which is very, very important. But as you said, people should do it with more planning, you know. So I came across data and information about Apheresis Center. Actually, I came across this data from internet because I was browsing, I was searching and trying to find you know, some kind of therapy, some kind of help and support in these difficult times with the COVID acute and long COVID after acute. So this is how I actually
found us online. Okay.
Apheresis, and quite interesting. I also told you this during my visit that I actually have been in contact with your medical advisor, Dr. Beate Jäger, 2 years ago, and she was very helpful and supportive, even you know, 2 years ago when it was not so easy. So that's how I actually first heard about you and, let's say, met you on some way, because I got the list of the clinics which are capable to do H.E.L.P apheresis in that moment, and you were on the list, and among some others. So 2 years after that, my problems persisted, you know, my symptoms, mainly, I mean, maybe we will talk about this later. What do you think? So it's interesting that first I heard about this treatment 2 years ago, and then after 2 years I was, you know, doing browsing, searching, following.
Came across it again.
I came across, and
when you arrived at the clinic, because everybody has certain expectations. Like, I don't know what your expectations were, but what was your expectations, and what was the reality that you found? Explain us, when you arrived at the clinic, how did it feel?
First of all, because I was parachuting, you know, I was not feeling so well. This is true, and my expectations were, you know, let's say, I was expecting to see a warm, kind people that you are, and this is what I saw: warm and caring and kind people that you are, all of you, whole team. And for me, it was a bit of, let's say, hesitation. Is this going to help me some way? Is it? I don't know. I was not so sure. Is it going to do the job or not? I mean, I was, you know, like this, considering just if this is going to help me. But I was determined to try it, which is why I applied for the treatment.
At the end, you managed to stay, I think, 7 to 10 days only, right? Something like that.
Yes. I stayed actually 8 days in Cyprus, actually a small village near Larnaca, very nice place, by the way, and I liked that place very much. And
I think Dianna helped you from Travel Support.
yes, yes, your colleague Dianna, she was very helpful, and all other
Fantastic.
or other colleagues involved in you know, let's say accommodation issues. It was smooth, easy, and you know, you cannot find. I think you cannot find easy and a better option for this for sure in Cyprus. Also, with what was really convenient is so many air companies are routing and having air flights for Cyprus. So I'm from Serbia, but I came from Greece. But also I have direct connection from here, from my country to Larnaca. So within 2 hours, I can sit on an airplane.
You come back again.
And,
well,
yes,
I'm afraid you're going to parachute here again.
no, without parachute.
This time, give us 1 day notice.
Notice 1 day earlier. Yeah. So this is very convenient for sure, and really what I think, I don't know, summer season, you know, hot summer season, let's say, but this time of year actually, yeah, it was really nice. I mean, climate in Cyprus, I'm often in Greece, northern Greece, but you know, this is not the same type of climate like in Cyprus. So
It's an
even
island.
yes,
it got this island flair, yeah.
yes, island, and it's a Mediterranean. You know, it's actually the benefit for sure. It is a plus. It is a plus comparing. I can say, you know, when you compare this with the Central Europe, for example, last couple of days, as I told you, I was in Central Europe, you know, and the weather is not so nice there. I mean,
Yeah,
the weather is
it's a
changing.
good change from us.
Yeah.
So in these 8 days, we managed to put quite a lot of therapies. What did you end up with? Give me
Yes,
the list.
I was also insisting, you know, to use this time as good as possible. I mean, as better as possible, let's say. So we did 3 apheresis treatments for within 8 days, because this is the recommended number of therapies that one should take. I mean, not more than this. And also, after recommendation that I got from your side, especially, I tried hyperthermia twice in between of apheresis. And, you know, of course, IVs were added to each after each H.E.L.P apheresis.
Yeah.
So multivitamins only. Okay. So that's and the laboratory testing that we did, the initial laboratory testing that we did, because you have to do this to see what is going on with the patient in the moment when he comes.
So we did a lot in these 8 days actually, and even though if it's just 8 days, and even though it's early on, so of course you're still on the journey, we wouldn't expect big results now. Between the treatments, sometimes I found you in the launch, and you could realize that some things were working and changing a little bit. What was that feeling? Was it?
Yeah. I mean, this is subjective feeling of course, but I mean, I felt better. I mean, I felt better right after, let's say, first apheresis treatment, and especially second one, together with hyperthermia. I mean, in between. So I felt like more. No, I mean, without so much sensations. Some of them persisted. Even today, some of them persist. It's okay, but I can feel the working, you know, capacity, because I mean, most of us, we want to be our, let's say, our originals as we were before this acute COVID or vaccinations or whatever. So we want to be what we used to be a few years ago. and it's not related to aging. You know, aging is totally different. I mean, this is you know, something happened, and then after that you have something else. So this is different from aging. I mean, I am aware of that. So I felt more like I am, you know, the one that I used to be, especially with the workload, you know, with the you know, things that I usually do with the daily issues, you know, with my work. So I felt this, and really I felt that I can do this. I mean, I can do things which were, you know, pretty hard for me before this. So I think even it is a short period of time.
Yes, it was
And
only 2 weeks ago that you left.
yes, yes, and we still, I'm sure that we still need some more time for sure.
Of course.
To see.
And you also did some very interesting tests now, MMD, molecular diagnostics, etc. So we're going to find out more. And also we gave you an exit package with all the medications to stay on. So, you know, it's going to take time to see.
I mean, in communication with you actually and your team, we decided to go to try with me, in my case, to try this way, to try exit package with, let's say, not more than 3 therapies, and to see how I feel further, because this is the process. I mean,
well, 3 therapies is a good start. I'm going to be honest. We have seen very few people who will go all the way with 3 therapies. That's rare, but because we support it with hyperthermia, our approach is the hyperthermia, polycusan protocol, all of those, they reduce the numbers of apheresis. So it's worth a try because it saves time and money. So we can treat a person in 10, 14 days. Of course, it's not the same as if somebody stays 4 to 6 weeks. Of course not. But real life, you don't always have the chance to come that long. So this is actually a nice little way of getting 30, 40% better within 2-3 months, if you don't have all the time in the world. So I'm fully supportive of that approach. Now, of course, in an ideal world, I would have wished that you can stay for 6 weeks and we can go to the whole therapy and do all the tests here. But, you know, real life doesn't allow for that. Absolutely, you know.
We are trying now this, let's say, I mean, maybe it's we can say it as a shortcut, but we are trying this and we will see what will happen. I mean, I'm hoping I will get, I mean, totally stable. This is what I expect, you know. It's really, I mean, what patients are expecting. This is also an important issue. I mean, if they see improvements in something, even in something, this is, I mean, there is no miracle for anything in the world right now. So
this is a very interesting point, Marko. You know what's interesting? I can tell you how I was and how many other patients are. So you get 40, 50% better, and you keep forgetting that you were in a wheelchair, that you were in a bed, that you were full of pain. And suddenly you go like, what about the rest of the 50%? I now want to do sports, I want to travel, I want to do that. And you forget that actually you were in a bed for 22 hours. So the human brain is quite fascinating to me. You get 50% better, and instead of being like, oh, that's good, you go like, yeah, but what about the other 50%? So I was, and I'm very impatient.
Human brain is a bit spoiled, you know, and I don't know it's a good word, but you know, it's always demanding. The human brain is always demanding more. Oh, okay, I have this, but the truth is, expectations from the patient. This is important, and I mean, really, Marcus, I think that, you know, people are considering for sure, you know, aha, this is not covered, this is not insurance, this is that, but really people should, I think they should try. This is what they should do, and they should see in some moment if this is, I mean, helping them, but at least they tried. And it is a cost. Everything is a cost, of course, For me, especially, I'm coming from, you know, small country and everything. So it is a cost, but I think it is worth to try and then to see. If you don't try, you don't know.
I agree. I agree. And you know, we're now slowly getting more insurances to cover it. We started in Germany, we started in Switzerland. We have some international companies covering it, some professional insurances like for firemen and whatsoever. So it's starting slowly. For me, there was two very important things. Accessibility. You've said it yourself. We are the cheapest clinic by far if you compare it to, because we are not lowering the standards, but we try to make it more efficient. We're not profit orientated in that sense. So we want everybody to be able to access it. And to be honest, there's only two really expensive treatments, H.E.L.P apheresis and IVIG. And that's because the material is very expensive, right? All of the other things, you've seen it yourself. A box of antivirals, a blood thinner, €5. There's no doctor fees, there's no prescription fees, there's no excess fees, nothing. So there's a lot of things that are very affordable. And that was very important to me. And the second thing, results. I really want to get the best treatment patterns, the best treatment portfolio and options. And now with hyperthermia, nutraceutical protocol, with H.E.L.P apheresis, everything in combination, it is so much more than what we had 3 years ago. So I must say, I'm actually really proud of the scientists that work with us. I'm really proud of the medical team. They're doing fantastic work, you know, really fantastic work.
Yeah, you are the powerhouse. Let's say you are pushing everybody. I mean, to do the fantastic work around you. I mean, in terms of, you know, positive approach to the issues. I mean, and really, I want to add this because it's always. I mean, this is my impression. You are really also supportive, so nice nurses. You know, skillful. You know, there were situations where skillfulness was required, so they were skillful, supportive, helping patients, even in conversation. You know, they are giving the answers, which is very nice. And yes, as you said, I asked you about the, let's say, the outfit and everything in the clinics. Yes, this is what you insisted on, and this is what actually I liked there. It is not a regular, let's say, it can be a regular hospital. We are, everybody's in a coats, you know, everything is strict and rigid. No, this is totally fine, because people then people feel more comfortable. This is what I felt by myself. So I was feeling really comfortable there. Of course, listening and obeying instructions from professional staff. This is what every patient should do. I mean, when you come to clinic, you should then follow the instructions of the people that are taking care of you. So this is how I did it. So yes.
So Marko, I have some good news for you too, because now that we're speaking, and it's only 2 weeks ago, I remember the day 3.5 weeks ago that you entered the clinic. I can tell you very clearly, you look very different today. So that's already a small win. You do look different. No, I mean the whole gesture, the whole posture, the whole energy, the whole voice. Yourself.
You know,
a different person today.
Yes, look, this is you know what is interesting. We are talking now. I mean, this is what is interesting, because maybe the expectation, as I said, of the patient is, I don't know, I want to be some other person. You know, this is not real life. It takes time for healing, for everything. You know, so and we cannot, we by ourselves, we can notice some bad things with us, you know, but
it's very gradual, very slowly. So it will be very interesting in 3, 4, 5 months when we talk again to see where you are at that time. That's going to be really interesting again.
That's interesting point.
Marko, I thank you so much. We try to keep the video short because, you know, people with cognitive function problems, they want to watch our videos. So I always try to make it a little shorter. It helps them more. We could continue for hours and hours, but it doesn't help them. So we're going to talk in 3-4 months, see where you are. You know where to find us. It's just one WhatsApp button away, you know that. And
let's see the results. Let's see the results.
yes.
I will share with you. I will share with you. So we will then be in contact if you don't mind.
Perfect. Of course I don't mind. We're here for you. You know that. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for your time and all the best to Serbia. Bye-bye, Marko.
Bye-bye,
Thank
Marko.
you so much.
Yes, bye-bye.